Good evening and welcome to the news at 7, coming to you live from Osrc television. I am Obi Chukwemeka Oti. The present administration in Ondo State has reaffirmed commitment to boosting efficiency in all state-owned tertiary institutions. Hosting community leaders from Akungba Akoko, Governor Idatiwa assured them that infrastructure, education and security projects across the state and in their community would receive top priority. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole has details.
The delegation from Akungba Akoko community was led by the Alale Oba Isiaka Adu, accompanied by other community leaders. The monarch engaged the governor on strategies to advance grassroots development and strengthen community relations. Oba Adu lauded the governor for his administration's interventions in Akungba Akoko, including the Akungba Ikare Road, Okusa Basic Health Center, and Atiba Market. The monarch called for greater inclusion of qualified indigenes in state civil service roles and urged increased funding plus oversight for Adekunle Ajasin University to support its new professional courses.
The multi-billion naira Akungba Ikare Road Organization project is of course and full G. This project will not only turn Akungba into an economic pole but permanently address the essential vital road accident that have for long bedeviled the community. We cannot thank you enough for how you have continued to cater our sons in government. However, we wish to whisper that the position of the permanent secretary has continuously eluded our sons and daughters in view of a very qualified persons coming from our community. Your Excellency, basically, I've come with my people to thank you. However, sometimes we have to behave like we are twist.
Governor Idatiwa affirmed his administration's resolve to provide adequate funding for state institutions, including universities, polytechnics, and other tertiary bodies, to uphold quality education and operational efficiency. He assured the leaders that measures are underway to curb leakages, boost revenue generation, while safeguarding Ondo State legacy of academic excellence.
The Adekunle Ajasin University about release of a rather increased funding so that the institution can be well run better than the way it's been. And we are looking at that and making the request not only at the University, all the universities owned by the state, including University of Medical Sciences, University of Technology, even Polytechnic, which we have the national debates, the upgraded to University of Agriculture as technology. They also are making requests. The resources are limited and have alternative uses. But we try and prioritize areas of need that are very, very important and urgent that we need to attend to. We can also do more from the same resources if we're able to earn more and block leakages of the system. We're able to free more money and do some other things. Definitely we will, because we take pride in education in this state.
Governor Idatiwa spotlighted ongoing infrastructure projects in Akungba Akoko, including the multi-billion naira dualization of the Akungba Ikare Road. He also highlighted the relocation and rehabilitation of Atiba Market, pledging to upgrade it into a central hub serving the broader area.
Highway dualization of Akungba we put it where that road is very important to increase the economic activity in that corridor and also reduce, if not totally eliminate, accidents because of the way it was constructed. But apart from that, we believe that the university community that is there it's a community that has a lot of people, and we need to ensure that we secure it. We've seen the red, we saw other happened there in the past. An accident on that road, which has now affected the Atiba market. And the relocation, which was supported by the community. We engaged our people to speed up the work.
Governor Aiyedatiwa stated that robust measures have been implemented to keep Ondo State and Akungba Akoko in particular safe, while pledging sustained efforts to maintain peace and order in the area. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
In the meantime, in fulfillment of its commitment to women's economic empowerment and self-reliance, the Ondo State government has graduated to 100 women trained in various vocational skills. Championed by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, the initiative is geared towards lifting women out of poverty and making them self-reliant. The training, tagged Odatiwa Skill Up a Woman initiative, marks the first batch of the skill acquisition program and covers 6 different trades aimed at enhancing women's economic stability and vocational capacity. We hope to bring you that report in the course of the bulletin. Now to Ekiti State, where the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has warned political parties and candidates participating in the 2026 Ekiti governorship election against breach of campaign rules, particularly acts of hate speech, incitement, and misinformation. The electoral body issued the warning through the Ekiti State Resident Electoral Commissioner Rec. Bumi Omoshayidemi. During a stakeholders meeting in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital, vowing to sanction any individual or parties found guilty. The commission also formally presented the final list of candidates declared for the June 20, 2026 governorship election and announced the commencement of public campaigns. Omoshayidemi explained that INEC, working closely with security agencies and other stakeholders, will closely monitor rallies, processions, and other campaign activities across the state to ensure strict compliance with approved venues, routes, and timelines. The work also cautioned against violence, intimidation, and the disruption of opponents' lawful activities, describing such actions as threats to credible elections and the stability of the state. The federal government has announced plans to abolish the long-standing higher national diploma HND dichotomy by empowering polytechnics to award degrees, a major reform aimed at repositioning technical and vocational education as a driver of national development. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, made this known in Abuja at a retreat of council chairmen, commissioners of education, rectors, registrars, and bosses. According to him, the reform would place polytechnic education on a stronger footing while preserving its core strength in hands-on industry-focused training. With degree awarding status, polytechnics are expected to attract stronger industry partnerships, improve funding opportunities, and greater public confidence, while the transition will be guided by strict regulation and quality assurance to ensure global standards. Dr. Lausa reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to supporting polytechnics through policy reforms, infrastructure upgrades, and a special TED fund intervention this year to equip polytechnic engineering schools with modern facilities. You're watching the news at 7, coming to you live from Osrc television. We'll go on this break. When we return, we'll serve you more stories. Don't go away.
You dey mind am? Me when I leave my house for Lagos, come go celebrate with her for Dallas. I reach there now, they take me make yeye. They go put me for one yeye corner. Hey, me, I'm a boy. All for no cake globe trotter. Hey, even self the pilot then they announce say I dey for the flight now. And you know say one of them say come meet me. Tell me say make her come follow them sit down for cockpit, make we fly the plane together. Sure. This na the 3rd time today when Glo don serve me. Oh. So you want make me come up for line now, make you for run go buy your Glo Talk Master.
Free on Glo Talk Master. Talk for 6 minutes and get 6 minutes free. Plus 50 megabytes of data. Free. Dial *606#. 2,000 naira for new customers. 1,000 naira for voice. Plus 1,000 naira for data. Glo.
Thank you for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our digital channel, Moreplex Channel 720, on our website www.osrc.ng, or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Undo. Now, when leadership responds to challenges, it often inspires goodwill and purposeful action. This was evident at the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation (OSRC) following the intervention of the Director General Kenneth Odushola Stevenson in rebuilding the corporation to meet global standards. Blessing Obi reports that this gesture has motivated the News and Current Affairs Department to take steps towards repositioning the newsroom for improved performance. The report.
The OSRC marketing office at Okeda was destroyed by fire. The reconstruction and completion of the facility by the management of the corporation, led by Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, reinforced the administration's commitment to staff welfare and institutional growth. Inspired by this leadership example, the News and Current Affairs Department, with the support of its director, Taiwo Ibitoye, leveraged professional relationships to mobilize support aimed at improving the newsroom. Several individuals responded with donations targeted at creating a work-friendly environment for staff. The donations were unveiled during the department's annual get-together, an event organized to appreciate the contributions of friends of the pen profession in OSRC. Items donated include cash gifts in recognition of awards won by staff, financial contributions for logistics, a 43-inch smart TV for effective news monitoring, 10 OSRC branded microphone logos, 10 conference chairs, among others. Donors include the former majority leader of the Ondo State House of Assembly, Otumba Olugbemiga Araoyinbo, the senator representing Ondo North, Jide Ikmishagba, chairman of Akoko North West Local Government, Mr. Eson Owolabi, and Nigerian's High Commissioner to Ghana, Ambassador Ifedayo Adeoye. Others are the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Dr. Seun Osamaye, a businessman, Mr. Monday Ayeshoro, and an APC chieftain, Mr. Ologo Meta Ifedayo. Staff members described the gesture as timely, noting that it would enhance productivity and service delivery.
The newsroom has evolved. Things are getting better. The state is being properly reported. In any broadcasting outfit, the newsroom is the intellectual hub. So it helps you to be on top of your game. You must not rest on your laurels.
Those people who actually, donated some items to members of the department, I think it's something that we have to appreciate. It's not easy to take something out of your own personal effort to give to people, complementing their effort, trying to make the environment better. And to those who have been able to do that for the department, we say thank you very much.
When you have what to work with, it will boost your morale, it will boost the working condition. We are grateful for this, and we thank those who gave us these materials to work with.
We appreciate the donations and the beautiful things that were handed over to the department. Altogether, it's been a wonderful one.
Director of News and Current Affairs, OSRC, Taiwo Ibitoye, says the donations will significantly improve news efficiency and enable the station to compete favorably with other broadcast organizations.
Thank God, we try as much as possible to be selfless, because we are able to attract some facilities to the station to mark the day.
Director General OSRC Kenneth Odushola Stevenson noted that selfless service remains a critical driver of organizational growth.
Let us lead with passion, in various departments, whether you're a cleaner or not. Alright, so if you don't clean the table, if you are caught with a white cloth, it will be stained. So let us leave from a small little corner and let everybody enjoy ourselves. And one day somebody will remember us somewhere.
These gestures underscore the impact of purposeful leadership and highlight the importance of collaboration in strengthening public institutions. Blessing Obi, OSRC News.
We'll now bring you the report where we told you that in fulfillment of its commitment to women's economic empowerment and self-reliance, the Ondo State government has graduated to 100 women trained in various vocational skills. Championed by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, the initiative is geared towards lifting women out of poverty and making them self-reliant. The training, tagged Odatiwa Skill Up a Woman initiative, marks the first batch of the skill acquisition program and covers 6 different trades aimed at enhancing women's economic stability and vocational capacity. Government House correspondent Zimo Ibiemi provides further details in this report presented by Kemisola Ojomo.
These are the graduating trainees showcasing their practical skills after 6 months of intense training. Impressed by the results, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa reiterated his administration's resolve to prioritize the welfare of women, youths, and other vulnerable groups across the state. Represented by his deputy, Olaide Adelami, the governor emphasized the critical role of skills acquisition in empowering women and positioning them to contribute meaningfully to the state's economy.
To celebrate certificates, but to celebrate transformation. The transformation of our graduates from unemployed folks into skilled, confident, and empowered women ready to contribute to the economy of our dear state. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are all here because of our graduates. You have spent several months on rigorous training, learning various skills, including tailoring, interior decoration, soap making, catering, ICT at the Ministry of Women Affairs Skill Acquisition Center. You have proven that when government creates the platform and citizens exhibit the commitment, great things are possible.
Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa commended the graduates for their dedication throughout the training period and promised to extend the gesture to reach more women across the state.
I want to assure you that this kind of training will be a continuous exercise in our administration. It is not going to be a one-off exercise. This is just the beginning. As you receive your certificates of graduation and empowerment materials, I urge you to see this as a launch pad, not a finish line.
Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Sheikh Osamai, expressed satisfaction with the level of dedication exhibited by the trainees during the 6-month intensive program. She encouraged them to continue to excel in their chosen fields and to build sustainable futures on the skills they have acquired.
But those coming behind you, what we have done with you, 200 of you, is to prove to the world that women do not need tokenism, that women do not need feeding money. What a woman needs is to be empowered through skills, so that once you are gainfully skilled up, that can strategically position you to be able to also stand for yourself, sustain yourself, be self-reliant, and also be able to empower your own upcoming coming generations.
Government officials and other dignitaries enjoined the participants to make effective use of the items.
My simple advice for you all is to use this opportunity judiciously. Do not go outside to send it off.
Beneficiaries thanked the Ondo State government for the opportunity.
The event is very wonderful because you can see everybody's face. They are happy, celebrating, and
grants of 7.5 million naira.
In other story, the Federal High Court in Abuja has removed Julius Abure from office as the national chairman of the Labour Party, directing the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to immediately recognize the Senator Esther Nenadi Usman-led caretaker leadership of the party. Delivering judgment, Justice Peter Lifu said the leadership dispute within the Labour Party had already been settled by the Supreme Court in its April 4, 2025 ruling, which affirmed Usman, a former Minister of Finance, as head of the party's caretaker committee, pending the conduct of the next national convention. In his ruling, Justice Lifu stated that the documents and evidence placed before the court clearly showed that Abure's tenure as national chairman had elapsed. The judge held that based on the Apex Court's decision, INEC is under a legal obligation to acknowledge the Nenadi Usman-led caretaker committee as a legitimate authority authorized to act for and on behalf of the Labour Party. Moving on to the front, U.S. President Donald Trump says he would not use force to take control of Greenland, an autonomous territory of Washington's ally Denmark, but insisted the United States must still have ownership of it. The U.S. President, in his bid to seize Greenland, threatened to tear the transatlantic alliance apart. Trump's remarks come amid tensions over his bid to acquire Greenland, but European leaders at the summit have expressed firm opposition to Trump's stance. The Syrian government has announced a 4-day ceasefire with the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces SDF following renewed fighting in the north. The SDF says it will abide by the truce. The government says the ceasefire will give time for the SDF to find ways to integrate the northeastern province of Kasaka. The U.S. says it will be working to ensure the ceasefire holds. Victoria Olawale has details.
The government and the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces said they'd reach it while keeping Syrian troops out of major Kurdish-populated city centers and villages. Damascus has given the SDF an ultimatum of 4 days to fully integrate into Syria's institutions. The SDF say they are committed to the agreement.
To be honest, we might see some skirmishes. I would not say that it's violations or a breakout of violence, but we might see some incidents here and there that... Such as? It will be from a third party or uncontrolled parties on the ground.
The ceasefire announcement even alleging some detainees were. Washington, meanwhile, is openly backing this shift. U.S. envoy Tom Barrack says the SDF anti-ISIL mission has largely run its course and that Damascus is now positioned to be America's primary partner against the group. U.S. President Donald Trump says Syrian President Ahmed al-Sarraj still has his backing.
The president of Syria is working very, very hard. Strong guy, tough guy, pretty rough resume, but you're not going to put a choir boy in there and, get the job done. I spoke with him yesterday because we were talking about the prisons and, what was going on. We have some of the worst terrorists in the world in those prisons.
The latest ceasefire deal may be a watershed moment regarding the unity of Syria after nearly 15 years of division and conflict. or it may be the start of renewed violence as the clock ticks down on the SDF to integrate after Damascus ultimatum. Victoria Olawale, OSRC News.
Now to Pakistan, where rescue teams are searching through what's left of a shopping mall in Karachi after a fire killed at least 28 people on Saturday. Authorities say many people are still missing. The building contained around 1,200 shops. Kamsala Jamo has details.
Risking their lives, firefighters make desperate attempts to extinguish the flames days after the fire broke out at a shopping mall in Karachi. Dozens of people are still missing, but hopes are fading that anyone will be found alive in the ruins. People here say help came too late. A senior official of the Rapid Response Agency says the city has several emergency response teams but needs better coordination. Many here say the tragedy could have been avoided.
The Sindh Building Control Authority repeatedly claims that no building plan is approved without mandatory safety measures. Yet, on the ground, these approvals continue through corrupt practices. The result is a city full of unsafe buildings with little or no fire safety arrangements.
In 2024, audits of 266 buildings on 3 major roads in Karachi found only 90 complied with safety standards. Under the Pakistan Building Code, all businesses must be equipped with fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, and alarms are mandatory, and emergency exits need to be clearly marked, unobstructed, and equipped with outward pushing doors. The shopping mall had 1,200 shops. It's not known what, if any, fire safety measures they had, but rescue workers say there were no emergency exits and people were trapped in the burning building. People here say the fire is a wake-up call. They are calling for action, not merely words, to ensure it doesn't happen again. Kemisola Ojomu, OSRC News.
To round off the news tonight, here again other major highlights. Which was that Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has reiterated his administration's commitment to funding state-owned tertiary institutions and improving infrastructure across Ondo State. Rosso told you that the Ondo State government has graduated 200 women from the first phase of the Odatiwa Scale Up a Woman initiative aimed at promoting women's economic empowerment. And that does it on the news at 7 tonight. Many thanks for being a part of it. Good evening.